3 trees left. This is the first one of the morning. Pretty sure we got to pull all 3 of them. These are big trees. Good big walnut. These 2 are right here at the kind of at the head of this draw, the top of the draw, holler, gorge, ravine. I think we went through all the names the other day. Landowner decided against selling any more trees, which is fine. What he had left wasn't real big, and we tried to let him know that what he had left wasn't gonna compare in price to these ones we're cutting, because these are the more bigger mature trees. About another 7 or 10 years, there'll definitely be some good trees on this job. There's some good trees here right now, some more good trees I'd like to cut, but like I said, they're nothing comparable in size to what we're cutting now. They're just good 15, 16-inch trees, 4-sided, good quality. kind of round out the day here, we told a couple neighbors that we would help them out. We bought 2 trees off this neighbor here, and at the bottom there's a couple cut logs, which I don't like to buy cut logs. I try to avoid it at all costs, but like I said, just kind of doing it as a favor for the community here. And the same with cutting these. This is pretty close quarter stuff, which is stuff every now and then we've got to do it, but that doesn't mean I like doing it. I try to stay away from stuff like this, residential or yard trees, which this is a pretty good sized tree here. And the other one up here, kind of in front of where the truck is, it's not, you kind of see the top of it up there through that dirty windshield. You can see it up there. It's not nearly as good a tree as this. And like both of them are showing a lot of dead limbs, which always makes me a little leery on trees. You know, that's just a good sign or a good chance that they could cut a little bad. So hopefully we'll have these wrapped up here pretty quick, and that'll be the end of things at Missouri City unless something else comes along, which we've got to get to Polo, Missouri. Anyway, that's the next stop on the list here. What do you want? Anyway, yeah, the next stop is Polo, Missouri. So when we get finished up here today, we'll see if we can't start getting stuff moved up there this weekend. I actually have a full weekend of looking at timber. I've got to be up here all weekend long, between Cowgill, Richmond, St. Joe, Missouri. I've got 3 or 4 stops to make up here this weekend, and it'll be a full weekend of looking at timber. Hardin, Missouri, Lexington. Thank you, good sir. But next week we will have some pretty good sized trees to cut there at Polo. Pretty excited to get to cut those. It was I've been wondering about the job ever since I looked at it, so it was nice to finally hear back and hear that we got it. I always like to hear one way or another if people decide to cut their timber or have us cut them. That way I don't have to wonder, because I lose a lot of sleep at night wondering and worrying about trees. There she goes. Well, Mike's got some cleanup to do. Hopefully that little thing cut good. That'll be tough to get out of there. Yeah, hey. Yeah, see? You kept that. We'll probably, I'm sure Mike's getting it, but yeah, we'll need a chain to try to wrap around part of that to get it out of there, because I don't think I could ever get the forks under it and pack it out with a skid steer as steep as that is right there. Pretty good tree. I hope it cut good. Now, this isn't always an ideal way to get logs out, but at least we can get them out. never, even our little skidders, we couldn't really get them in here to do what we need to do with it being as close to this house. Septic system, especially with the chains on, we can run low ground pressure with these tracks. And even then, don't get me wrong, I still don't like doing this. I don't like working this close to the house, and then you got a dump truck over here that's right in the way. My Toyota that's right in the way. The Ranger that's in the way. Everything's in the way. I don't even know where to set this at. Oh, don't even know where to set it. I think just do this. Well, I can still get the forks under. That's a good log. This bucket's right in the way. Everything is in the way. This bucket's my fault. It's all actually my fault. Gosh darn it, there ain't no good place to put any of this stuff. Try to get this other piece here. Snake around everything here. We're just going to pile them right here off this road. That way they can pull up here and load them. Kenny's cutting that last one. We'll get it here, then grab those 2 or 3 or 4 down below the hill and cut them. Couple pretty good chunks of wood. I think Kenny said that one, the veneer cut's 923, so anytime you can grab a log veneer piece over 20 inches anymore in our area, it's a pretty good piece. Where's that one? Mike's got the chains laying there ready to go, I guess. Now, even though it's not an ideal way to get logs out, I think a big part of logging is ingenuity and being ingenuitive to finding solutions to get timber out. Because even some of the jobs you cut, it doesn't matter if you've got a grapple skidder, a cable skidder, grapple skidder with a winch, a skid steer. I mean, there's certain trees that pose certain challenges to extraction. And doing this stuff right here with the skid steer, we really couldn't justify loading the skidder back up to bring down here, nor could we get it down there to where that first tree was. We knew we could get them with the skid steer here. It takes a little more work, but we can get them out. And I try not to make a habit out of using the skid steer for a log skidder here. Nor do I necessarily like wrapping a chain around the forks like we do right there to get logs out, but sometimes you got to do things like that to make sure you can get the job done. Mike will hook up there. have his hard hat on. Another one. Yeah, I think there's one more down there. Cruising down the city streets here. Like I said, we don't normally buy cut logs, and I try not to buy any cut logs. But a gentleman reached out to us here in town. You can see one of the stumps there. Kind of shows you the cutting job on the stump. The old angle cut. So they actually took a pretty good tree and more or less ruined it. We're not making any money on these. I just bought these more of a favor to the community. Wrong with it. Let's cut it again there. Yeah, that's usually how these deals work. You do things as a favor and it comes back to bite you in the backside. In the end, we'll probably end up losing money on these is what'll happen, especially when you figure in the time. We'll get these things packed up here, get them laid in, and that will be it. All of Missouri City. Do a quick overview real quick of what we cut here after lunch. Good piece of wood. Good piece of wood. Those 6 pieces there are all out of that first tree. 3 pieces out of the second. These old pieces here have been laying there a while, except we clipped the ends of them. It looks better, but still dead wood. Mike, he doesn't know what he's doing on the Ranger. I'm gonna we'll leave the skid steer there and I'll pick it up there when we move it. We're gonna take the Ranger and everything back up to that first pile of logs. We'll do a little walk through there real quick. Gravel around. Kind of do a quick overview real quick. See some of these logs. Of course, their sap's really running out of them. It's warmed up today. Lightning scar right there. There's some really good butts in here, but some of these second cuts are a little ornery. Just rough, big lumber logs. It's pretty sappy too for being up here in the hills like this. But there's some good veneer cuts in here though. That one there's got a good sap line on it, real thin sapped. Another one there, pretty thin sapped. Yeah, not a bad set of logs. The size is what this set's got going for it more than anything. So there's some decent veneer cuts in here, but a lot of your second and thirds are rough. They're not near as clean. Have the good shippers and slicers in them. That's another good thin sap log right there. That thin sap means a lot too. Probably all in all about 6,000 feet. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.